the model 1000 rifle rest, and I want to just go through the features of it, and then I want to put a couple firearms on there, and a couple firearms on the rest, and show you what I do when I go out to sight in or develop a load. I'm going to first start up front, like our front casting. The feet up here, there again, you can screw these in and out, which is really helpful. I got a jammer on there because when I go to the range, I take this little Stanley little level, and I'm going to put it on my ledge right underneath my sandbag. I simply go up there and I turn this to where I get that to exactly where I want it, and then I just spin that and I lock it in so it cannot move, which is very helpful. One's going to use that feature a lot because a lot of tables simply are not level when you go to the range, or it might be looking a little wobbly or whatever. Next feature is here on this one is my elevation. I simply can adjust that wherever I wish, obviously, and then it's also assisted by like the other ones are, like a Timken bearing is right there, a little Timken bearing, which allows you to turn that very easily, especially if you have like a heavier firearm on there. And also in front here, there is a keyway through the pin there, so when I turn this in, it simply locks this whole mechanism into place, which is very important because the person absolutely needs to do that. And the next thing is obviously my windage dial, which you probably can't see very good, but anyway, it's silky smooth. When I stop it, it stops. It does not, there's no backlash. I use Acme threads here. It goes into a T-rail that the sandbag's connected to. And then the quick release sandbag attachment, which I like to use a T-handle wrench here to take it off. Just literally in seconds, this slides off, which is really super handy. Because when I go to change bags, put a different bag in, I don't want to be going through the hassle of loosening these sets or Allens here and then taking the sandbag out. Not only that, because it kind of messes your sandbag up, because once it's fitted for your rifle, you want that to kind of stay the same. So anyway, that's a really handy feature there, to be able to simply slide that back on. And there again, the T-handle wrench works a lot better than the one that's applied, which is right here. It comes with the rig, but these are just a lot easier when I get up there tightening that up. And it doesn't take a lot of pressure, and then that there's locked in place. And then moving towards the back, well, first we have an adjustment for lengthwise, which is you know, something you're always going to use because each firearm is different. I mean, it's going to take a different position for each one. Moving on towards the back, my rear sandbag back here, which I really like, we changed that from it used to be like a leather saddle back here, but to me this sandbag's a lot easier to use, a lot better for accuracy. And I can also raise this up and down, and I can lock it in place, you know, wherever I want, which I do use if I am using an AR, which I'm going to be putting in there pretty shortly. Okay, the next thing, I want to actually put a firearm in here and show you my process when I go out there to sight in. Now I like using this down here. I like using, actually I want to just adjust this a little bit farther ahead. Okay, here. Right there. Alright, what I do, I like putting in these cling-free sheets. Of these, the wife takes these out of the dryer. Now they have to be brand new ones, for whatever reason will not work. They have to run through the dryer cycle. So once the wife has them in there and they're done, she simply saves them for me, and I simply take them to the range. But I put these on the sandbag, and then I put the firearm so it's sandwiched in between the bag and the firearm. And that just allows the firearm to be silky smooth like so, and that's what you want. I mean, humidity or whatever, anytime the sandbag grabs the stock and stuff, that's going to have an effect on accuracy, and it's just not good. But now, I get a lot of, well, first off, before I put the AR in here, I'm going to just mention how when I go to sight this in, I'll take and I will do my gross adjustment right here. I get my crosshair just slightly above my target, and I'll lock this in. I'm going to take my windage dial again and turn it to where the crosshairs are just perfectly above my point of impact. And then when I twist tweak it, everything's locked in here, so I don't want to change nothing there. When I tweak it, it's simply a matter of a little slight forward movement. And that's where it's silky smooth, a little slight forward movement, that gets me on my target. Then I send that bullet down range, but when I do so, everything is locked in place. There's nothing moving. Now I also get a lot of folks asking about ARs. You know, can you put an AR in the rest? So I want to take this out, and I want to take one of my ARs here. Now ARs aren't the best for a rifle rest, but with this one here, I got my quad rail on it, which works good in my 2-inch sandbag there. Now here I'm actually going to extend this rest out again, and this is probably the worst stock. Like this is one of these, but this will fit back there in the sandbag. I mean, just about perfectly. It'll fit back there in the sandbag, and then I get this adjusted. I mean, the proper height, which here I would probably be taking this up, you know, quite a bit, probably up to about here. But this would be my position here, and I would lock this in. But obviously, this is going to work much better if a person has a conventional stock on the AR, which I like better. But a lot of people do have these type of stocks like this, so it will work in the sandbag with that. And the other thing too is, I mean, your clips, not all of them, but a lot of them will fit in between the bars there. But I do prefer shooting with the 10-round clip, and that way I know it's out of the way. But I got all kinds of adjustments there, so I can use, you know, pretty much, I mean, any AR out there will fit in the rest. Well, anyway, coming up, I mean, we're shooting, we're going to send 3 rounds down range. Oh, yeah, you know what? I just about forgot something. Here we have, with the sandbags, I use a Lexol. And I treat them sandbags. I want those sandbags to be soft. You cannot put too much on. You can't put it on too often. And this is, I think a lot of places have this. I don't even know. Walmart might even have it. But anyway, any leather conditioner will work, but that's what I use. A lot of people ask me about lubrication, and the only thing I really spray on this thing would be the bearing, the Timken bearing up front. I love using Gibbs. You can find that online and stuff. I mean, they got convenient little bottles here, and I mean, that stuff is really, really good. Okay, I'm going to shoot off the Model 1000 rifle rest. I want to be using the Savage Varmiter rifle in a 6mm, and it's going to be sitting on top of my Model 2500 shooting table, which is attached to the Model 5500 Trader. So anyway, I want to have my cameraman get behind me, and we'll send about 3 rounds down there. We'll see what happens. Alright, we're down here at the target after using the Model 1000 with that Savage Varmiter. And the group here and stuff, like I said, there again, I mean, I'm satisfied with that group. Obviously 2 of them are right in there, and the next one is just about touching them. And there again, it's not that I'm a great shot, because I'm not, but it's just using the correct equipment and the right equipment. I mean, that crosshair back there on that 1000 is absolutely rock solid steady. And but anyway, appreciate you watching this, and I hope to hear from you soon.